بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا. اللهم ربنا زدنا علما. Dear brothers, السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. حياكم الله. In a new video tonight we are talking about the case of Valentine. Valentine's Day is a case started to spread among Muslims. We want to know what is the ruling on celebrating such a feast among Muslims. The first matter is that every nation has its own feasts. So the Muslim nation has their own feasts, and they are not supposed to imitate the others, because they are the right ones. They have Islam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam gave us enough explanation of what we are supposed to celebrate and what we are supposed not to celebrate. So no need to go for others' celebrations or other nations' celebrations and follow them or imitate them in that. Also, the celebrations or feasts are not upon our traditions. It is actually by the deen. So we are supposed to stick the deen of Islam in this case, as Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has already explained to us. How about that? But unfortunately, some Muslims were swindled by shaitan. They are tricked by shaitan, and they are driven to follow the others and imitate them in their feasts. One of these feasts is what actually called the Valentines. Some Muslims, especially students in high school and so on, they come with red flowers or with red things, especially girls, they bring red clothes and so on to their schools on the Valentine's Day. That's not actually acceptable at all. Some malls, they do the same thing. They sell red balloons, they sell these things, to celebrate the Valentine's Day, which is not allowed also. In fact, one of the silly things happened in one of Muslims countries, that they imported a French live rabbits with red eyes, and they put a red necktie on that rabbit, so they are celebrating the Valentine's Day. Allahu musta'an. Some Muslims, as we said, also swindled by the Western civilization. Western civilization is good in some sides, but they are bad in the other sides. They made a lot of they created a lot of things like medicines, airplanes. Fine, that's true, but also they created or they made bombs to kill. They made germs to spread among people to die. And also on the other side, the soul in the Western countries or the Western civilization is totally forgotten. There is nothing for the soul. It's all for the body. And that's what's not in Islam differs. Islam differs totally in this case. It gives the human being body enough, but also take care of the soul of the human, or the heart of the human beings, so he will be happy in this dunya and happy in the hereafter. Now comes to the story, the real story of Valentine's Day. What is the story? The story is that in the Romans' time, the first and second or third century after Isa alayhi salam was born, Gregorian Day as they call it, they used to make some celebrations, which is actually every town or every city will come and put the names of girls in a box. Then the young boys or the boys will come and collect one each. And when he finds the name of a girl, he will send her a message that, okay, I'm yours and you are mine. And for only 1 year. Then next year they will change. The same time, which is 14th or February. This is continued. until the time of the Imperator Claudius II, who noticed that those soldiers who are married or having girlfriends are weak in war. But the other ones who have no girls, no friends, and no wives, they are so tough in the war. So he ordered the Christians priests to not to make any marriage for any soldier. Here comes the point now of the priest called Valentine, who protested and refused this order, and he continued to make contracts and festivals for the soldiers. But he was captured and trialed, and they decided that he had to be executed. In the jail, this priest, Valentine, he fell in love with one of the guards' daughters, and she started to bring him red flower every time she visits the jail. Like she's going to her father in the jail, but she's actually going to meet Valentine. So he falls in love with her, which is totally against the Christianity, and being a priest is not allowed for him. Then the Roman Emperor tried to change the mind of Valentine about this case, but he refused. So he was executed on 14th of February. Now, the Romans from that day, they started to continue celebrating actually, but they changed the date to 14th of February on the Valentine's Day, which is the love day as they call it. Now, question comes in here. Isn't it shameful for a Muslim or a Muslimah to celebrate such a festival which was only for such dirty things they are doing? Isn't Islam enough for us in this case? Subhanallah. Let's see now what is the judgment of Islam in the case of this Valentine's Day. A lot of evidences on Quran and Sunnah clearly telling us not to attend such festivals. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in his noble book, وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَشْهَدُونَ الزُّورَ وَإِذَا مَرُّوا بِاللَّغْوِ مَرُّوا كِرَامًا. More than one of Salaf, the Tabi'een, Tabi'een, they said that is actually about the Kafireen's festivals. So Mu'min is not supposed to attend these at all. Okay? Also the ayah forbid attending. How about sharing? Only attending is not allowed. What about sharing? That's even worse. In the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he clearly said it, in the hadith muttafaqun alayhi, Sahih Bukhari Muslim, that every nation have their own feasts, and we Muslims, our feast is this day. He means Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha. Okay? So it is actually clearly from Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, from Rasulullah, that we are not supposed to celebrate any other feast or celebration except for our Deen's celebrations. He also sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in another hadith, which means whoever imitate any people, he is one of them. So those who imitate the Kafireen, they are in danger to be also Kafireen. Yes, we cannot say that they are Kafireen, we cannot make takfir on them, but they are in danger because the hadith is clear. And hadith sahih by Al-Albani rahimahullah. So what are these people are doing now? They are putting themselves in the danger of being out of Islam by some way or another. What about the harms of imitating the others, the Kafirin especially? There are so many harms. One of them is that if somebody imitates them in their feasts, means that his heart will be happy to celebrate that wrong thing, which is not allowed in Islam. And that's very dangerous. It's very dangerous for him. Another one is that imitating in the outer, whether the clothes or other things, like this here, celebrating, will lead to love these kafirin, which is not allowed in Islam. Also, it will be spreading their feasts and their deen among Muslims somewhere or another, or at least make Muslims are so lenient with the kafirin, which is not allowed in Islam. Also, it's going to make them more and more, when people see the celebration of these things, they say, Wallah, mashallah, everybody's celebrating. So why not me? Why not my children? Why not? That's a problem in here. Rasulullah ﷺ clearly, when he came to Medina, he found Al-Ansar, Al-Aws wal-Khazraj, were celebrating 2 feasts of their own from their fathers and so on. And he asked them, what are these 2 days? They say, these are 2 days we are celebrating from long time ago. So he said, no. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have replaced you with 2 feasts of Islam. Eid al-Fitr wa Eid al-Adha. Khalas. We don't need any other celebrations then. Since Rasulullah have already pointed this for us, we are accepting that. The danger of sharing their deen rituals is a big case. It's a big case that Muslims will start to accept some of their beliefs. And when somebody now, as an example, we said before in the Christmas case, if somebody congratulate a Christian by saying Merry Christmas, you know what that means? It means that saying that I congratulate you on worshipping Isa alayhi salam, or worshipping the cross. Is that acceptable? Is this acceptable in Islam? No way. That could be dangerous. That could be even kufr, if we understand what he's saying. Subhanallah, ya akhi. Shaykh bin Uthaymeen rahimahullah was asked about celebrating this Valentine's Day, and he said it is not allowed. It is haram. Okay? Why? Because it has no basis in Islam, and we cannot celebrate something which has no basis in Islam. Also, second thing is that it will make the people busy with silly things like these things. Red flowers, red clothes, whatever. Plus, this will lead to bad things among boys and girls. You know, definitely when there's mixing between girls and boys, they will be having a lot of things. You know, which is not allowed in Islam, and Islam is keeping women and men separated as much as possible. Somebody will ask, what about only congratulating them? I'm not going to share. I'm not going to celebrate, but I will share. I will congratulate them. Also, this is not allowed, because like he's saying, it's good to worship the cross. It's good to drink alcohol. I congratulate you for drinking alcohol or making zina. Na'udhu billah. That's not possible. That's not allowed. Does Islam allow us to express our feelings of love? Yes, of course, definitely. It's actually so many ayat and hadith that Rasulullah is guiding us to spread love among Muslims. As an example, when he says, Tahadaw, tahabu, in Sahih Bukhari Muslim, it means give gifts to your beloved ones that will make more love between you. Love will be spread more and more. And he said also, Sallallahu make salam to anyone you meet. This will spread love among you. Whenever you meet anybody in the street, salam alaikum. Okay, some people are say, what is this? What does he want? That's natural, because people are not used to this. But if you spread salam to anyone you meet, love will be spreading also among Muslims. So we can express our love to anyone who deserves it. Our parents, our children, our wives, our husbands, our even relatives, our colleague on the work, because we have some good relation with them. No trouble here, but not the way of Valentine's Day or others. Now, will the honored ones, the Muslims, imitate the humble ones, the kafirin? No, they shouldn't. They are not allowed to do so. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us all to the correct way. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us far away from these bad things. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from imitating the humbles, the kafirin. Wallahu a'lam wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Wa jazakumullahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.